55 yards out, and Derek will take it himself. Patrick Murphy doesn't get the two hands at this one. The ball pulled in very, 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 very close indeed. But Gavin Daly back there. Now Patrick Murphy down to the centre, and Cuchulainns on the move once again. Just have a look at this. So Noel McGovern once again down along the right-hand side. John Clark is the number 13, son of Pat. Number 7, John Flanagan. The opposite side that was, of course. Now it's Derek Fitzsimons, 35 yards out. Taking that one there from David Owens and sends it across into the centre. James Rowe is the number 20 for Killinkere, dropping it right in towards the goal mouth. And back here, Stephen Lynch for Cuchulainns, and Stephen clears the ball down to the far side. Killinkere about to go down on it. And that's Terence Rowe on the far side. And it was the same turns that I know. I can see his granddad standing down here to our left, down in front, in Tyrone. Jonathan Sharkey, 35 yards out, high in the air. Noel McGovern, up through the centre. Patrick Murphy there to meet it. 26 minutes, just over 26 minutes gone. Will be picked up down here for Cuchulainns. Down here on the left is Michael Fitzsimons. The referee awarding a free in. And this one will be 25 yards out, high across into the centre. Always lots of buzz, always lots of excitement when the youngsters meet. So close to the ground, but Noel McGovern doing well to get it up 30 yards out from his own goal and clears it up through the centre. John Flanagan going down for it. Patrick Fox going up for it. Patrick Murphy rather. Patrick dropping it right in towards the goal mouth. Hopping ball that John Kerr wastes no time and clears it out to the far side, where down there will be Gavin Daly. But the referee says that there will be a free outfield here to Killinkere, and this one about 25 yards out from the wrong goal mouth, high up into the centre. And the bright sun, you will notice, has disappeared, but the excitement is always there. Patrick Murphy once again dropping it back in towards the goal. Oh, lovely piece of fielding in there. A nice tap out to this side, but it just didn't work out as he might have planned it. And the referee, in fact, is calling for the Jonathan Sharkey possession there, and just as Jonathan was about to clear, the referee calling for the ball, and so it is half-time. Half-time score in the Ryan C Under-12 football final between near neighbours and great rivals Killinkere and Cuchulainns. Cuchulainns out in front with 1 goal and 6 points, and Killinkere with a goal and a point. Will be underway. 30 minutes of sheer entertainment is what we already had, and I'm sure that the second half will be no exception as Robbie McDermott gets it underway and Patrick Murphy for Cuchulainns up to the far side. So here's that little warrior again, Michael Fitzsimons, but this time his effort out over the end line, and it's wide, and there's a change or an introduction of a player. Micheál Daly is into the Cuchulainns side for the start of this second half. And Patrick Murphy will kick out from the goal mouth down here on our right and send it out to the far side. Here is again Michael Fitzsimons. Perhaps I might have called him Michael Daly a moment ago, but it is Michael Fitzsimons. This time robbed. David Owens, the number 6 for Killinkere, down on the far side. That was Derek Fitzsimons that was. Picked up here on the far side by John Clark. John swings it across into the centre. Derek Fitzsimons going down on it there, and in doing so brought down, and the referee will award the free to Killinkere. That will be about 35 yards out from the Cuchulainn goal, out towards the far side, about 7 or 8 yards in from the far sideline. Derek dropping it in towards the right-hand corner. Number 11 gets it across into the centre. It was perhaps meant there for J.J. Johnston, but it didn't work out that way. The ball cleared down to the 45-metre area here for Cuchulainns. They're leading 1-6 to 1-1, 5 points between them. They say sometimes in juvenile football that that's very little, but you never can tell as the ball is cleared out towards this side and in fact out over the sideline down here in front. The line ball to Cuchulainns and Patrick Murphy. Here's Patrick to take the kick for Cuchulainns. His side leading by 5 points. It's a high ball and a long one. Look at Michael Fitzsimons down under it. Not one bit in the world afraid to go up for it. But it's Noel McGovern for Killinkere that gets it down the 45-metre line, and Noel is tripped in transit, and the referee awarding the free to Killinkere. But he takes and gets it out to the far side. Derek Fitzsimons going down on it. John Flanagan out after him. Still Derek 25 yards out. Swings it across into the centre to John Clark. And John Clark way up to the right-hand corner. Derek Fitzsimons chasing it after it, but the ball out over the end line, and the score 1 goal and 6 points for Cuchulainns, and Killinkere with a goal and a point. Just over 3 minutes into the second half. Noel McGovern taking the pass there from Alan Sharkey, and Noel McGovern sending the ball over the bar to narrow the gap. 1-6 to 1-2, 4 points between them. 4 points between them. There's an old saying that it's all to play for. Brian Lynch will kick out for Cuchulainns down here to our left. Nice bit of length into this one. Look at Fitzsimons. He'll get it up. He's got it just inside his own half. Up to the centre. David Owens is the number 6 for Killinkere, and David way out to the far side. Going down there, Neil Clark. Neil Clark taps it up along the far side. This is Micheál Daly. He's introduced at half-time. But Jonathan Sharkey is here for Killinkere and clears it down along the far side, but in doing so, the ball gone out over the sideline, so it will be a line ball to Cuchulainns that will be about 35 to 40 yards out from their own goal mouth on the far side. And as you can see, number 9, Patrick Murphy, will send it up along the far side. Micheál Daly once again, but carries the ball out over the sideline. So Jonathan Sharkey with the line ball. This is Derek Fitzsimons on the far side. John Flanagan after him. John penalised there for a push. So here's the resulting free across into the centre. One of those deceiving hopping balls, or it could very well be, as Anthony Brady, the goal scorer in the first half, pulls it down. It breaks to Derek Fitzsimons, and Derek sends it a little bit further into Noel McGovern. And Noel McGovern 20 yards out, sends it high, and he sends it over the bar. 1-6 to 1-3. 1-6 to 1-3, and are they enjoying it? Every picture tells its own story. Oh, there's lots of excitement, of course, amongst the supporters, many of whom will be parents, but well, they've certainly got value for money. The number 20, out here is James Rowe. Noel McGovern once again. Intercepted and cleared downfield by Neil Clark. Shane Smith adding to it, up through the centre. Watch for the 14, Colin Anderson. Jonathan Sharkey roofed it out a little bit. Michael Fitzsimons in after it. The referee awarding a free in that will be about 20 yards out from the Killinkere goal, not the free to Cuchulainns, of course, obviously. Patrick Murphy doing the honours and dropping the ball over the bar, and increasing the lead. Is now a goal and 7 for Cuchulainns, and 1 goal and 3 points. 1 goal and 3 points for Killinkere. 4 points between them. Make it about just over 7 minutes into the second half. That's Joey McKenna. Shane Smith. Way up to the right-hand corner. Here's the 14 again, Colin Anderson. Nice curling, dropping ball right in towards the goal mouth. Nicely controlled back here by Jonathan Sharkey. And Jonathan collecting the ball and tapping it way out. Well, a little more than a tap. And out there to collect it, Derek Fitzsimons, being chased by John Flanagan. The hopping ball in towards the 21-yard line. Breaking away here for a moment. Breaking away and coming to Anthony Brady, coming from Shane Osborne. Now it's Anthony Brady retrieving the ball, picking it up and doing the simple thing and sending the ball over the bar to make it 1 goal and 7 points to a goal and 4. 3 points between them with just over 8 minutes of the second half. Brian Lynch, that's the Cuchulainns goalkeeper, down here on our left, all in white. He will kick out, well, jersey end of it perhaps, all in white, down towards the 45-metre line. Number 7 is Terence Rowe, and Terence fouled about 40 yards out from the Cuchulainns goal mark. Derek Fitzsimons will take the kick. Derek's high, dropping out towards the right, hopping out over the end line, so it's still 1 goal and 7 points for Cuchulainns, and Killinkere with a goal and 4. Just a goal in it. John Kerr defending back here for Killinkere, gets it up into the centre. James Rowe adding to it, across into the middle. It is nicely intercepted by Patrick Murphy on the far side. Micheál Daly doing a little touch of the box poker there for a moment. Doing well though, gets the ball into the centre to Gavin Daly. But Gavin is robbed illegally here by James Rowe, and James, 35 yards out, gets it down to this side, where it will be collected and sent right up to the centre by Terence Rowe. Now it's Noel McGovern. Noel plays it cute along the ground. It's Alan Sharkey sending it a little bit further in, but as the ball comes back out again, it will be picked up this time by Donald Daly. Here downfield here, Cuchulainns going down with the number 10, that's Shane Smith. He gets the ball out to this side, and here comes Joey McKenna. Joey McKenna up to Colin Anderson. Colin Anderson high across into the centre. Jonathan Sharkey back here for Killinkere rather, and he clears it out to the far side, and out after it Derek Fitzsimons 60 yards out from his own goal, way out towards the far side of the field, and he advanced now on 55 as he sends it way up to the right hand corner, and John Clark in after. John Clark 35 yards out. John Clark across into the centre to the on-running Derek Fitzsimons. Derek Fitzsimons on the 21-yard line, high and over the bar. Over the bar. Now there's only 2 points between them, bit by bit. They narrow the gap. 1 goal and 7 points for Cuchulainns, and Killinkere with a goal and 5. Just 2 points between them. Brian Lynch to kick out once again, down here on our left, towards the 45-metre line, and the tall Patrick Murphy grabbing the ball in turn, being held, and the referee awarding a free. It's taken up through the centre, and here's Micheál Daly once again. Certainly has come an awful lot more into the game since his introduction into the centre forward, with a shot and a point. Gavin Daly it was that sent that goal over the bar, so it's now a goal and 8 to a goal and 5 as was before. Porrick Morris with the kick out. Noel McGovern on the far side, trying to and perhaps succeeding in linking up with Derek Fitzsimons, 35 yards out. Still Derek now advancing towards the 21-yard line, gets it into Terence Rowe, and Terence Rowe will take a shot at Daly. Oh, one of those dangerous crossbar high, if you like. Oh, Killinkere supporters enjoying that one, but it was Terence Rowe that sent it in from way out there on the far side, and it was that bit too hard for the fingers of the goalkeeper, and went in, so it's now 2 goals and 5 points for Killinkere, and Cuchulainns with a goal and 8, and that means that the sides are level. Killinkere attacking out here on the far side. Once again, it's John Clark that's fouled. The referee awarding the free that was perhaps a little bit too quickly taken. Intercepted by Donald Daly down to the centre to James Rowe. James Rowe sending it back in again towards the goal mouth. It could hop and break anywhere. It's a row that's after it again. They're queuing up for it now, but this time Terms' effort is out over the end line. So it's 2-5 for Killinkere, and Cuchulainns with a goal and 8 points. Killinkere has introduced Breffney Clark into the game. The ball is kicked out, somewhat shortish one this time. Nevertheless, Donald Daly will get it up. Lovely piece of fielding out here by Shane Smith. Up into the middle. John Carr back defending. John Carr backing towards the goal mouth in the general direction thereof. Stephen Lynch was the number 3, gets it down to the centre. This is Donald Daly. Donald Daly 35 yards out. Now it's Colin Anderson 21 yards out. And Colin pours the ball into Micheál Daly on the 21-yard line. And Micheál takes a shot, and Micheál sends the ball over the bar to put the Cuchulainns back into the lead. A goal of 9 points, which is a total of 12. And Killinkere with 2 goals and 5 points. 1 point between them. Just over 12 minutes into the second half. Down into the centre. Patrick Murtha is at first. You don't succeed, you try and try again, and that's exactly what he did. A barrel deceiving hop, but to prove very costly. Micheál Daly tripped in transit, and the referee awarding a free in. It was also visible, and the referee there read up with the play, but awarding a free in to Cuchulainns about 13 metres out from the Killinkere goal, down on the right there. And it's out over the end line from the right boot of Micheál Daly. Micheál not all that happy, obviously, with himself. So the score remains 12 points to 11, 1 point between them, or if you prefer, 1-9 for Cuchulainns, and 2 goals and 5. Back with the play, it's James Rowe. James Rowe across into the centre, but the linking up not working out that well. Shane Smith dropping it, going down on it. 25 yards out, back into Donald Daly. Donald Daly, it came up the crossbar. The luck of the Irish. Now Michael Fitzsimons with a curling ball, but this time it doesn't curl enough. It's a drop put over the end line. So it's 1 goal and 9 points for Cuchulainns, and Killinkere with 2 goals and 5. Ball kick out to the side, Noel McGovern, 35 yards out from his own goal. Been Harris, been fouled, and the referee awarding the free to Killinkere. Noel politely takes himself and gets it up along the wing. Alan Sharkey in pursuit. Joey McKenna after him, but it's Alan Sharkey dropping it back in towards the goal mouth of the 21-yard line. Breaks to Derek Fitzsimons. A goal! A goal! Derek Fitzsimons there. It was the trip to pass there. And again a nice build up there. So it's now 3 goals and 5. 3-5 for Killinkere, and Cuchulainns with 1 goal and 9. And if you top that up in any man's language, it's 14 points to 12. 2 points between them. The ball back down in the center of the field, and now we have Micheál Daly. Micheál fouled about 35 to 40 yards out from the Killinkere goal. That is, of course, dropping it in towards the goal mouth. Perhaps a chance of a goal at the other end. But one would have to say that James Rowe played it very clever there and bunting the ball out of danger out towards the far side. Now it's Terms Rowe, 35 yards out from his own goal. Up along the far wing, Derek Fitzsimons dropping it back in towards the goal mouth once again. Once again, it's collected in here for Killinkere by Anthony Brady. Anthony Brady in towards the goal mouth, and again off the crossbar, but not out of the woods by any means. Now it is cleared back out at least about 25 yards out. Terry Rowe having a shot at the goal again. A second chance, ball out over the end line, and it's football at its best. 3-5 to 1-9. Killinkere out in front by 2 points. Brian Lynch, short kick out. Could it be a costly one? Alan Sharkey. But it's picked up back here. Cleared out to this side for Cuchulainns. Under all kinds of pressure there, I might add, but a nice bit of defensive work by the Blues as the ball is cleared down to this side. Shane Smith doing well up along the wing. John Carr going down for it. 45 yards out from his own goal. Fouled about 15 yards in from the near sideline, down to our right, and gets it up into the centre where Rowe and company go up once again. This time it's James, brings it down, but loses it to Michael Fitzsimons. Michael Fitzsimons cutting through the centre and then gets it across into the middle where it goes to Donald Daly. Donald Daly a little bit further into Colin Anderson. Colin high in the air. John Kerr is there to pull it down. And John Kerr clears it down into the centre, down under it Derek Fitzsimons. Down under it also on the far side Breffney Clark. And Breffney Clark swings the play from defence to attack right up to the other end, and away they come once again. It can be one side or the other. It's a dangerous ball in towards the goal mouth, coming there from Alan Sharkey, but collected by Brian Lynch in the goal, and Brian gets it out to the far side. That's Noel McGovern in possession now, 35 yards out, and nice bit of blocking down here by Patrick Murtha, who sends it across into the centre, and Shane Smith is here to pick it up. Corky Collins move up now, right through the middle, and get it to Donald Daly, 35 yards out, and Donald with a high ball into the goal mouth that finds Porrick Morris in the goal, and Porrick clears it out to this side of the field, where an open space will be filled fairly quickly, this time by Donald Daly. Donald back in towards Michael Fitzsimons, and Michael in possession, 25 yards out. Watch for this. Left footed high, but it's gone out to the left, and it's gone wide, and the score remains 3 goals and 5 to 1 goal and 9. Killinkere 2 points out in front. So the ball kicked out this side. Shane Smith down after it here for Cuchulainns, with James Rowe beside him, sending it back in the direction of the goal mouth, where the centre forward, or come centre forward, the number 11, that is of course Gavin Daly, brought down, and this time the free in to Cuchulainns, and it will be about 28 yards out. Patrick Murtha can send this one. Well, I was going to say he could send it any place. He sent it out over the end line, with the score remaining 14 points to 12, 3-5 to 1-9 if you prefer, and Porrick Morris will kick out once again for Killinkere and get it down to the far side. Michael Fitzsimons always there. Didn't get to it that time, but was there in the thick of the action. And John Flanagan, and apparently the ball being touched on the ground, and the free for the Killinkere youngsters out towards the far side. Referee has blown his whistle, and he will award a free to Cuchulainns, a foul on Micheál Daly. And Micheál's, well, in fact, Micheál Daly's the man that gets the ball. He wasn't a player that was fouled, but anyway, the ball cleared back outfield here for Killinkere up into the centre. They say sometimes that height can be an advantage, not that there's an awful difference between the height of Terence Rowe and Patrick Murtha, as Patrick sends the ball in towards the goal, and a chance here of a goal, or a score at least of some description for Cuchulainns, and the ball sent high, and it's gone in and over the bar that came from the right boot of Shane Smith, and that narrows the gap. It's now 3 goals and 5 points to 1 goal and 10. Killinkere 1 point out in front, 14 points to 13, and Killinkere the leaders. Ball kicked out to this side of the field once again. Almost 20 minutes gone into the second half. As it breaks, and down here after it is Shane Smith, doing well, too high for John Kerr. Jonathan Sharkey coming out to it. Very distinctive player on the Killinkere side. But John penalised here for holding on to the ball too long, and the referee awarding a free in that will be on the 13-metre line. There's the angle. So the shot will be coming up very shortly, of course, on Patrick Murtha. If he sends it over the bar, there'll be a mighty run. Oh, it's blocked down. Blocked down. That is Shane Smith in possession, and Shane 21 yards out. That roar can still come. It's high, and it's over the bar, and that, in fact, puts the sides level. 1 goal and 11 points for Cuchulainns. 3 goals and 5. That's 14 points apiece in favour of nobody. Morris will kick out once more for Killinkere, down to the centre. Possession so very much vital at this stage in the game. Over 20 minutes gone, and nothing in the wide world between these sides at this stage. Michael Fitzsimons there, penalised apparently for let's see, the referee going out towards the linesman here on the far side for a moment. Michael Fitzsimons was in possession. Michaels was for a moment apparently throwing back an appeal at the referee as to what the free might be for, so let's see. Well, apparently the ball may have been out over the sideline on the far side. It would appear that that's what it was, and well, the referee is now going to throw up the ball. Is that it? No. Referee now throwing up the ball, having consulted with the umpire. Well, it's one of those things that you can sort out for yourself as he throws it high in the air, and it comes down as Noel McGovern brings it down, and into meet is Joey McKenna. Joey McKenna for Cuchulainns. Right up to Shane Smith. Shane Smith 35 yards out. Now Shane Smith 21 yards out. Takes a shot, and Cuchulainns are back in the lead. Cuchulainns are back in the lead. That's 1 goal and 12 points. 1 goal and 12, 3 goals and 5, 15 to 14, 22 minutes gone in the second half. Jonathan Sharkey. Micheál Daly out here on the far side for Cuchulainns. Yet another chance, perhaps now. The referee penalising the Cuchulainns player, this time for Patrick McPerney for holding on to the ball too long. A little bit unlucky there, but nevertheless the free outfield to Killinkere. Derek Fitzsimons on the far side, racing up along the far side, 65 yards out from the opposing goal, that is, of course. High across into the centre, intercepted by Joey McKenna. As Joey breaks it down, there goes down after it. And there to lend support to John Flanagan. And John sends it across into the centre. 112 to 3-5. That's 15 to 14. Cuchulainns out in front, but the referee awarding a free to Killinkere this time. That will be about 50 yards out from their own goal mouth, down to our right, out towards the far side, and Terence Rowe will take it. Nicely collected back here by Shane Osborne down into the centre. Watch for this.